In this parable, Jesus says that the kingdom of heaven is like a landowner who hired workers to work in his vineyard. They agreed on a wage and they went to work. Throughout the day, the landlord employed more workers, and then at the 11th hour, he employed even more workers. The foreman then is told to pay the workers their wages, beginning with those who are hired last. When those who are hired first saw that those who are hired last are getting the same wage, they were furious. That's not fair. They do not deserve to get the same as we are receiving. The landlord justifies his behavior by saying that the money is his own and he can do with it whatever he desires. No argument there. Now, Jesus uses the parable to make one big point about the kingdom of heaven. Are you ready? God owes you nothing. Yes, that's right. God owes you nothing. God is not obligated to be gracious to you. You have no claim on the grace of God. No matter how good you've lived your life, you have never put God in your debt. And if God is not gracious to you, he's not being unjust because you deserve nothing. And if you have served God all of your life and are welcomed into the kingdom of heaven, and I want to stress this point, it is only because God is gracious. And if a person who has lived a wicked and wayward life turns their life to God and is welcomed into the kingdom of heaven, and I stress again, it is only because God is gracious. The first person cannot complain that the second person got the same as himself. Neither of them deserve to have received what they have been given. Nevertheless, they are both in the kingdom of God. Why? Because God has dealt with them graciously. And Jesus is saying that the kingdom of God is composed of people who never deserved to be there. And that's the point of this particular parable.